If you're looking for a hike that will get your heart pounding, Koko Crater Trail is hard to beat. Located on the southeastern side of Oʻahu, this former military railway climbs straight up the side of an extinct volcanic crater. We're wildlings and waypoints, exploring amazing places one adventure at a time. We arrived just after sunrise, hoping to beat the heat. The cool morning air and the soft light made it a perfect time to start the climb. The trail is only about 1.4 miles round trip, but don't let the distance fool you. Along the way, you'll climb 1,048 railroad ties and gain nearly 900 feet in elevation. The trail starts climbing almost immediately, and it doesn't really let up. There's no flat sections to catch your breath. You just have to settle into a rhythm and keep moving. The trail follows the remains of a railway built by the U.S. Army during World War II to transport supplies to military bunkers and observation posts at the summit. Before long, we arrived at one of the sections that everyone talks about. Here, the old railway crosses a gap where the railroad ties are suspended above the ground. There's now a bypass trail for anyone who'd rather avoid it. I'm not a big fan of heights, so while my husband kept moving, I slowed way down. Once past the bridge, there's still plenty of climbing left. By this point, every step reminds you that you've already climbed hundreds of railroad ties, and there is still many more waiting. I was feeling pretty good during the first part of the hike. My husband, however, looked like he might have been reconsidering some of his life choices. People often compare this hike to climbing nearly 90 flights of stairs. After doing it ourselves, I'd say that's a pretty fair comparison. The higher we climbed, the better the views became. Looking back, we could see the blue waters of the Pacific stretching out below us. Stopping to enjoy the views also happened to be a convenient excuse to catch your breath. There's actually two sections where the railroad ties hover above the ground. This one is a little bit higher than the first one, but even with these two sections that make people like me go a little bit slower. Thousands of people make this climb every year, not for military training, but for the workout and the incredible views. Finally, we reached the top. At roughly 1,200 feet above sea level, the summit offers incredible views across southeastern Oʻahu. On a clear day, you can see Diamond Head, Hanauma Bay, Koko Marina, Makapu'u, and miles of coastline. The military bunkers are still here today, a reminder of why this railway was built more than 80 years ago. We took a minute to look around before heading back down. After climbing all 1,048 railroad ties, we figured we had earned it. Of course, once you've made it to the top, there's only one way back. Going down is easier on your lungs, but your knees may have a different opinion. The railroad ties aren't all the same height or spacing, so it's worth taking your time and watching your footing. We were definitely glad we'd started just after sunrise. By now, the sun was getting higher, and there isn't much shade anywhere on the trail. Before long, we were back at the trailhead with tired legs and a great workout behind us, and a new appreciation for everyone who's tackled Koko Head. Looking down the trail, it was hard to believe that we had climbed all 1,048 railroad ties.
We did it! Yay!
We did.
Koko Crater isn't the longest hike on Oʻahu, but it's one that sticks with you. If you're planning to hike it yourself, start early, bring plenty of water, and take your time. The cooler temperatures make a big difference, and the sunrise views are hard to beat. And if you're a little nervous about crossing the bridge, trust me, you're not the only one. Thanks for coming along with us today. Be sure to check out our other adventures from Hawaii and around the world. Until next time, we're Wildlings and Waypoints, helping you discover your next adventure.